Hello and welcome to the Spiritual Sisters podcast. My name is Gabrielle Celeste.
Hello, I'm Nichole Christine. Gabs, who's that handsome man sitting next to you?
That handsome Virgo, Cap Moon, Leo rising is our dad. Dad, say hi. Yay! We're so excited to have him on because he's our first guest, you guys.
Not only that, I'm extremely private.
He's a little
Yet
shy.
here you are.
Here I am.
How
Doesn't
much
really
does
have
she
a
have to?
choice.
How much does she have to bribe you?
Oh, it's called a kiddie fund for my fishing. We just kind of add to it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll make a donation.
Very good. Thank you.
Oh.
Okay, so we finally got him on, our first guest. And it was really important for us to have you as our first guest because it just was. So here you are.
Thank you very much. It's an honor.
So, what are we talking about today, guys?
Well, they don't know. You have to tell them.
Oh, okay. So, as you guys have maybe figured out, if you've listened to every episode that we've put out so far, we mention our dad in the episodes because, well, one, we love him dearly, and two, he is absolutely the most psychic of us all. And little did we know until, kind of recently, just like the stories that he's had and the experiences that he's had with the paranormal, let's say, and the other side. And it made so much sense for him to come on and just share a little bit about that because he is a man of extreme faith, but also acknowledges that there is the other side and there is duality in the sense that there being lightness and dark and good and bad. And you guys, some of the shit that he's seen and has experienced, I'm like, fuck, this is so good. The world needs to know.
Yeah, and we're hoping that this is going to kick off maybe a series of strange stories with whomever, either people coming in and sharing their stories or people writing in and sharing stories. But we're hoping that we get more stories from people about the paranormal, the strange, spooky, all of it.
All the things, huh?
You're such a trailblazer.
Just the majority of the things that happened to me, well, I've had them happen to me in the house, when I was working as an owner-operator. A lot of it, the majority of it came then, just out of the blue. I mean, just something that happens. It's been both good and bad.
So, okay. Maybe we should do a little introduction, Dad, and take it way back and just get into when you maybe realized that you were gifted and there was another side. And I know you're a little shy, so introduce yourself and all the things.
Okay. My name is Humberto, and I'm their father.
Gabs, I can't see you.
Okay.
There you are.
Anyways, I don't know how to start this off. Maybe someone asked me a question or.
Yeah. So when did you first realize that you were seeing things that maybe other people couldn't see?
That's a good way of putting it.
Well, let's go back to when I was younger, when my mother was alive. I could feel things. As a kid, even before maybe 9, 10, 11, I used to listen to the radio, and I could predict the songs that were going to be played all in a row.
I didn't know that.
We didn't know that.
And, and I could feel things, just feelings I get. Mm-hmm. My mom told me, that I was gifted. In Spanish, they call it a don, gift that I did. Oh. She said she never felt anything, but I think she did. I don't think she wanted to tell me.
So she knew when she told you that she knew or that you were gifted. Mm-hmm. Were you aware that was even a thing, or was it just like, well, I don't know, this is just like, doesn't everybody know what songs are coming on, or doesn't everybody have these feelings? Or
I kind of wondered, but I was young at the time, so I didn't really, play into it so much. Mm-hmm. Kind of just let it go and went about my daily life as a child or as a kid. Then the older I got, it'd be just different. I predicted an accident I was going to have one time in a car to my best friend. I said, yeah, there's going to be something's wrong today. Something's not going to be right.
Mm.
And an accident, someone hit me, bang.
Shit.
So.
And how old were you then? Do you remember?
It was about 18.
Okay.
I
So
was about 18.
at any point, did you, like when your mom told you, oh, I think you have a gift, or when you started to notice, okay, I guess not everybody does this or has this, did you ever try to turn it off? Did you ever try to tuck it away?
I just didn't think about it much, but my aunt was clairvoyant. She was really good at it. My father's sister, my aunt, she passed away a long time. Paulina, she was a bruja, play with the cards, and and she used to tell me stuff. And then the lady I hooked up with, well, excuse me, wrong choice of words.
You're a Virgo. We know what's
wrong
up.
choice of words in that one. No,
we're gonna get all the stories.
So, my mother found her, and she was really good. Most of these brujas the good ones are Mexican women, but to put it all out there, the best of them all are the gay men.
Mm-hmm.
Walter
really
Mercado.
Oh, they're really good, really good. Anyway, so she found this lady, and she predicted a bunch of things. A lot of them came true, And then this other one, her name was Josie. I went to see her for years, and she predicted a lot of things. She told me that I was going to go to work for Vaughn's and retire from Vaughn's.
When was that she told you that?
That was 10 or 15 years before I even got hired.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Oh, she was. Mm-hmm. Was that the little viejita here in town?
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, Dad had a little viejita that he would go see, when you were young, Nick.
Yeah.
That I'm like, you haven't told me everything that she's told you, because I would remember.
Mm-hmm.
I got to tell you this. I mean, I was going through a divorce the first time, and she says, I'm going to make you something. You got to get a chuparrosa, which is a hummingbird, and you get some women's perfume. It doesn't have to be, and you just keep mixing it this way. And she says, you're going to have women crawling all over you.
Was she trying to hit on you?
No, she was an older woman. No.
That doesn't mean anything. She's
she was.
And we can say back in your day, I mean, even now, you're just a very handsome, well-aged man. But back in your day, like, you were a stud. Like, you were it. So maybe she was trying to hit on you.
Okay, I need to add to that, because Dad's chart, obviously, like, I'm going to bring it back to the astrology. He has Pluto in the first house. And anytime someone has Pluto in the first house, basically the opposite and or same sex want to fuck them. And so, Dad, women are going to literally be, men too, but women are going to be attracted to you from the day till your last day here on this dimension and planet.
You know why too? Because you're so you have a very quiet confidence to you. You don't, and I wonder if it was different when you were younger. Like, I could see maybe when you were younger that maybe the confidence wasn't as quiet.
A bit cocky.
See, I would say,
yeah. No, yeah. I could definitely see you being cocky as a younger person, but I think now as an older man, you have this very quiet confidence. Like, you don't say much, but when you do, it's like people take notice and people pay attention.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Is that on purpose?
I think it's just experience in life. I mean, your age starts to come into plays a factor, and some things you don't give a shit about, and some things you care a lot about.
You don't need to be so loud, right? Once you hit a certain age, you don't need to be seen. You don't feel the need to have all the eyes on you.
Although, there's big guys that do. I mean, look at my brother up there. Speaking of which, your uncle.
He's not going to listen to this.
He's not going to listen. It's fine.
I don't give a shit if he does or not. I'll tell him that.
Okay, so you're okay. So you went to go see a bunch of different little ladies here and there. Okay, so she told you to get the hummingbird. She told you to get the perfume. Women are going to be crawling all over you. Did you do it?
I was a lot younger then. Yeah.
And what was your intention behind it, Dad?
I guess the time, the
Bitches.
age, going through divorce, being, how can I say it? Cheated on, I guess. From
How old
down
were
and
you?
stuff. That was my first marriage. I was 22.
Oh, you were young. It's a great number.
22.
It is like, so the
Like
significance of that in
22.
our lives, but
Yeah.
also the Costco story when he ran into her 40 years
Oh.
later.
Weren't you with him?
No,
No,
I
I
don't
was by
think so.
myself.
Oh, you said,
Well, what it was, I was sitting there waiting to check out, and there was a lady and
you
a
didn't
girl.
recognize her, right?
I didn't recognize her. She started talking to me. She said, "I like those." I said, "Well, I did." I said, "Well, I'm buying this for my daughters. They like this. I really don't eat this type of stuff." It was a sweet pastry, something. I don't know what it was. And she's up and she's just talking. I'm just talking, and when I'm looking straight, she's glaring at me. I could see it like she's glaring at me from the side. And so I just, after I checked, I said goodbye and walked away. Well, a friend of mine came up one time and said, "Hey, Humberto," he says, "Whatever happened to your ex-wife?" I said, "Oh, I haven't seen her in years, man." He says, "She got married again, did you?" I said, "I guess." She says, "Yeah, her last name was." And I said, "Huh." I said, "I don't know." So this is when I first started Facebook. I started going through Facebook. I said, "Look, was she in there?" I dug up. I couldn't find a picture of her. Remember, I showed you the picture, Nick, and you told me earlier to dodge a bullet. She just tore up. That's. God, I feel bad. No, I don't feel bad.
No filter.
Shit,
Let's hope she never listens to this.
No, hell no. Hell with her. Oh, man, she looked like she had a hard life.
Okay. Did the spell work though? Did you get what you wanted out of it from visiting that little viejita?
He got a lot of what he wanted out of it, I'm sure.
Virgos. Anyways, okay, moving on. When did you realize that there was life beyond Earth?
Well, being that I'm a Christian and Catholic, you believe in God, that there is life after. But as far as experience it, that came later in life. That didn't come in my midlife. It started maybe 25, 30 years ago when I started seeing it. There's so many stories I have, and the majority of them was in the truck when I had my own rig. It's.
Do you remember the first time, what would you say was like the first big experience that you had, whether it was in the truck or somewhere else, but the first big one that made you exactly stop and think like, what the fuck was that? What did I just see? What just happened?
What did I just feel?
The closer God is to you, the closer Satan tries to get to you. He just wants to, he wants bad things to happen. He doesn't want good things to happen, but he's a trickster. He is a trickster. He has made me laugh. He's pissed me off. But I fuck with him too. Don't think I don't. There's ways. I got him good a couple of good times.
What does that mean?
Oh,
he'll try to get you to go total destitute if he could. Mm-hmm. And he doesn't want you to succeed. But the Bible, I read the Bible. I don't understand a lot of it, but I read it, and that's the best way to get to him. By him tempting you to do something, you don't do it. That's where you kind of beat him there. But as far as, I don't want to get too religious in that, but as far as the first time, I'll just throw one at you, and that you take it from there. Now you want to hear about, what do you want to hear about?
I want to hear, well, there's the penis story, so I would love to hear about that.
I still don't know it.
Okay, well, you're about to find out. And then I want to hear about the Bible one when you were driving, I think, right? And then you snatched up. Or the fire one. There's a lot.
There's a lot of them. I'll start with this one. I was going to Wainimi. It was probably 7:30 o'clock in the evening. And I'm coming across 126 right in front of St. Paul. Mm-hmm. And the way I sit in the truck driver would understand how we're people. I'd have one hand on the steering and one hand on the shifter. Just sitting there, watching, always concentrating, looking. And the trucks have air suspensions, air ride seats. So they kind of float.
Yeah.
So when I was driving, I felt the weight of I'm saying it was a person sitting right on my lap and pushed the seat completely down.
Ooh.
And then he got up and left.
How
And
long was it there for before it left?
3-4 seconds.
Could you breathe?
Okay.
Yeah, I could breathe. And as God is my witness, every time this experience happened, all these experiences happened, I never was scared. Except for one time.
Why do you think that is?
I imagine God is with me, belief that God would take care of me, or I wasn't always a God-fearing man, and where I was at the time, I was never scared 1 second of the time. And later on, I get into that. However, there are other times. Let me think about another time.
Well, you were starting to say that there was one time when you were scared. So what was that time?
Yes. Again, I was I was trying to sleep. I was going north, and I was back in sleep, just laying down there, and something. I know who it was. It was Satan. It was. He got so close to me that my skin, my hair on my skin, my hair was just starting to. You could feel it.
Like
goosebumps
everywhere?
Oh, everywhere. Yeah, that was something evil.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, that's not good. What other one here?
The penis story.
Okay. All right, very good. I was going into Santa Maria again, working, and the hand on the shifter starts to elevate. Just elevates like this. And and they turned, and what I felt was a penis that was huge. I mean, just huge.
What? I've never heard of this.
They put my hand down. And then another time, again, he's something so rancid, so nasty smelling, just put right to my face, just nasty.
In the truck too?
Yeah, it was the most foulest thing I've ever seen, smelled in my life. Again, it's Satan.
A lot of things happen in the truck. Did you ever have the truck like cleansed or
I had
anything like
a
that?
preacher. I had a father up when I was up north, but I have limited belief in that.
In the power of a priest. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm on that page right now with you for sure.
I have limited belief in that. I really do.
Can I ask you not to deter too much from the topic, but for you, because we talked about this in a previous episode, is it because you know that they're human and they are imperfect, and did the whole shit show of everything that went down with the priests in the Catholic Church with the little boys affect your opinion with respect to what we're talking about right now?
No, that thought never came to mind. What means is that I think Satan, he's so powerful. This is his earth. This belongs to Satan, believe it or not. God has superiority of it, but if you want to, but it's Satan's earth.
We were talking about that in an episode. I don't know if we released the episode yet or not. We haven't released it yet, but it's coming. And Gabby, you were talking about how there's like an agreement between the angels, right? Like the angels of light and then the dark angels, that they just kind of don't fuck with each other because they know that the other is so powerful, and there's almost this like mutual agreement of, we'll let you be.
Mm-hmm.
And so I wonder, in regards to this.
Mm-hmm. That's a good question. Only God, only God knows that. But he's all powerful. It's it.
So I want to hear about the Bible story and then the fire story when you torch him.
Oh.
Do you know this one, Nichole?
I don't think so.
Yeah. They're always fucking with me. They're around here all the fucking time messing with me. And so I thought, okay, you son of a bitches. So I got one of those little torches you got, and you feel them around here. You feel them. I torched that somebody here, and pop, he popped his head.
What?
Yeah. As God is my witness, I'm not lying. You'd get the little thing in there, you'd catch them and zap, hit the light with the flame.
Uh-huh.
They're spirits. They're just evil energy. Yeah.
So What's the difference for you between an energy that's evil or an energy that is neutral or even like a positive type
Yeah,
of
because you've
energy?
had to experience angels, right?
Oh, I don't know if I would. I've never seen one angel.
But not to see it, but to feel it, right? Like you can feel, like you said, when your hair was standing up all over your body, like that to you felt very like dark.
Mhm.
When they're messing with you and you're torturing them, that feels dark. So what's the difference between the dark versus the like not dark, the ones that don't mean any harm? Like how do you differentiate when they're around?
Well, the ones that I feel around here, they're there just for a distraction. That's all it is. It's a distraction. It's been. I've always had this. All right. I even told Gabby this. I cannot sit and read a book or watch television because my mind will start takes off in a different direction. Pew, it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Well, sometimes it's stupid shit, and it's always been that way. That's why when in school I couldn't concentrate. I just couldn't. I don't know what it was. I figured it out what it was. Just that all that's evil shit right there because they don't want you to do anything good. And like I
Mm-hmm.
asked Gabby that countless time, can you concentrate? She said, yeah, Dad, I can concentrate. But that's and as far as like good, how can I define that?
Like just how does it feel?
Well, you've had an experience with Jesus too,
I
and
have.
Mother Mary, right?
I have.
Okay, we need to hear those.
All right. Back when I was a God fearing man, I got a little scuffle over here. I got pepper sprayed
Oh.
all in my face, and that shit's nasty.
Wow.
It's really nasty stuff. So now I was squirming, and I was headed down to the courthouse, so to the jail. Oh, excuse me, and my face is burning. And I heard a real soft voice, real soft. She just says, just relax. And as soon as that came down, it was gone. It was a female voice,
Think it was Mary?
possibly.
Yeah.
Or an angel, female
So
angel. But and she knows I was how I was feeling, and she just said, relax.
it
And
sounds
it
like
just
it's
went away.
calming.
It just went away because it burns. The stuff burns.
Mm-hmm.
And that's that experience. Uh, Another time when I'm working again, I'm headed up towards Santa Maria. And it's dark night out there by myself. And the face, like a cloud, came, like it was like a face of Jesus came flying, like the smiling. He had a real big smile on his face. Long, you could see the long hair, everything, just like he's like, he looked at me and smiled, and it's gone. And
And
it's
how did that feel? Did that again also feel kind of
good.
calming?
Feel good. Yeah, very, very relaxing, very calming. Yeah, I mean, it calms you because he's there.
So
But
then that's the difference, right? The difference is when it's the positive beings, you get a sense of calmness that kind of
mhm.
presents itself versus when it's the darker ones, you feel on edge and like, oh, I need to zap these fuckers, or like my hair is standing up on edge.
Oh yeah, just see
Mm-hmm.
a couple of years ago, I was going to San Diego fishing, and I have a little Bible there. I had it for 25, 30 years, and one kept messing with me. Well, I was talking to a friend. He kept fucking with me back here. He fucking with me. I know what because it messed with you. It feels like they're like a pull on your hair. They just like someone's touching like. And another time, it's like how I felt. I'm like, you ever run into cobwebs? How it feels?
Mm-hmm.
It's like that. You feel
Mm.
them. You know them. So he kept my. So I got my Bible and I just squeezed it, and it shook.
Oh,
It shook,
Mm-hmm.
and then.
okay. So we've talked about a lot of the things that have gone on in the past in the truck. What about, and then some of the things currently that go on in the house? But I wonder, when we all lived in the house, because I never really experienced anything in the house. I did once, but you were there, mom was there. I don't know if you remember, we were sitting in the living room one day. It was like I don't know, I want to say it was like a Sunday night. And it was an evening, and we were sitting there, and there was a boot and the boot just kind of took a step on the carpet, and me, you, and Mom all kind of looked at each other like, oh, did that just happen? Because it like walked. Do you remember that?
At night, I see most of if I wake up in the middle of the night, I'm when I was working a lot or not sleeping much, I'd see them most. I could actually see the silhouette of the individual, but I didn't know them. These spirits that I saw, I didn't know them.
Is it like a projector view for you? Because I asked psychics with really open third eyes, like, how do they see them? Because it shows up differently for each one of us, you know?
For me, when I see them, I see like a silhouette of a person. But like I said, I don't know them.
So were you seeing those things when we were all there?
No, not really.
But you say your psychic stuff didn't really come in until like your 40s, right?
Yeah, did not really. I mean, there was a time when I came in from work about 10 years ago, and I had the window in the main bathroom open, taking a shower, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, go to bed, and I heard a real deep voice. All I said was, "Thank you." And that was it.
So
Nothing
weird.
else. Weird. I've been sound asleep, and they slapped my knee, where I hear I think I hear the phone ring, and the phone doesn't ring. They're just messing with you.
Would you say those are negative?
Quite possibly. Or like again, they're just messing with you. They're being nuisance.
Do you ask them to leave?
I've asked them to leave countless times. They don't fucking listen.
We're going to have to
They don't leave.
bless this house. Have to come in here Ghostbuster style, guys.
Here's another one for you. Many years ago, this is probably 25, 30 years ago, I was down in Chino, and it was dusk, I guess. Maybe a little bit darker than it is now, maybe about 7:30. I was sitting there parked at the resting. And at the time, you could, if you looked at the horizon, you can probably see 10 miles of the horizon across. Oh, yeah. And I'm just sitting there, and I look up in the mountainside, you can see it. And you see a crimson red, a couple 100 feet tall, Satan run across. Took him 2 steps to run across there. Yeah. Bing, bang, and he's gone. Gone. Just flying.
So I've never seen Satan. I don't want to see Satan. I'm going to put that out there. He is not welcome. I've seen a ghost, a spirit. I guess it would be a ghost, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So do you remember my grandma Chepa's house?
I do in Oxnard?
Yeah. So the house,
yes.
right?
Yes.
I think I told you the story about when I saw who she said was my grandpa.
I remember you telling me that. Now I do remember that.
Okay. Like I saw him sitting on the couch in the living room in her back den area. Do you remember?
He never said nothing to you? He
didn't say anything to me. He just sat there watching me. So I wondered, you knew that house. Like I have pictures of you and I in front of that house as a baby. Mm-hmm. So I'm wondering, if you think back to that house, did you ever feel anything in that house or get like weird vibes? No. I fucking hated that house.
I've seen my mother.
You saw her at our house, right?
I used to
see. You said one time you saw her standing over the heater, I think.
Really? I didn't know that.
No, I don't remember that. I wasn't me. I don't think, Lisa.
Or in the bedroom, in a bedroom window. It was something like that.
Where I used to see her was when I was driving to work early in the morning. She'd be in the back seat sitting there. I'd look in the mirror and catch a glimpse of her countless times. I've seen the one time when I was in Florence, Arizona over there.
You have a lot of experiences in like the Arizona, New Mexico, Texas area.
I was looking out a window. There was a field out there. And a man, short, stocky man, maybe about my height, real kind of portly, come through with clothes like they used to wear back in the Roman day, like robes, like a robe, with a staff. And he came through. I saw the silhouette was strong. So if I had a camera, I probably could have taken a picture of him, but it was solid. And he turned around, he looked at me for about, 5, 6 seconds like that, and long enough time. And then he turned around and walked away and disappeared. He was gone. Just gone, you know. I don't know why. I've asked myself why it's me that I get so much of this. I don't understand it. You know, Gabby asked me, I should have studied it. It doesn't, it doesn't fascinate me like it fascinates you guys. Well, you guys have the gift. I mean, you do have it, both of you guys.
I mean, you did.
Yeah.
You got it more
You
than we do.
clearly
Dad.
have something.
Yeah.
But I don't want. I hate to have you guys experience the ugliness that I've had seeing that. You know, I don't want you to see those. You know, but I know you may want to.
I'm pretty. I don't. I'm pretty like set with my boundaries. I'm like, you guys don't wake me up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Like, I'm not open to any of that because that's when I'm most vulnerable. And if I'm most vulnerable, I don't want to be bothered. But otherwise, like, anytime I'm awake during the day, like, I'm open for business. Hit me up whenever.
Okay, so let's talk about though when Gabby, you first started doing this.
Yeah.
And before, right, because you were just kind of doing this on your own, you didn't have a lot of people to tell you about boundaries and protection and all those things. And if we remember, Dad was getting a lot of residual attacks. So let's talk about that.
I don't think that was related. I really don't.
Why not?
Because my spiritual experience and journey is different than his. And
right. But you guys are very connected. Like you're at his house, especially back then, almost daily. And so it could be just that residual because you guys are so connected. You guys do talk, every night before bed, right? Like those things, your connection. I really think that it was right. If we read some of the books, I'm rereading the Angel Experiment book right now. And she talks about how there's no coincidences. And so, right, just like what a coincidence that as you were doing all of this and figuring it out, that Dad was having all these extra, like very intense experiences.
What do you think about that, Dad?
Because you were getting like scratched, right? And this was just what, like a couple years ago?
They messed with it. Yeah. That's something like that's evil. That's not good. That's not good. That doesn't happen. You could feel, like I said, asleep and they wake you up. Or but there's another time when I guess the strangest, they're all pretty strange, is that I was up there in front of one of the packing houses in the middle of the day, and something's pulled me. Like it grabbed me, it pulling me, and the way it looked is like I was almost fully extended, just pulling on me.
Mm-hmm.
And if it'd be like me, I couldn't do that. No human could be that extend out. Would it be almost, and it just let me go. I don't know what it was. Mm-hmm. I know that God got mad at me at one. I know more than once. I wasn't paying attention, wasn't listening to me, and something touched me right here. Just that it knocked the shit right out of me. It just bam.
When you were sleeping?
No, I was wide awake. No, I knew it wasn't.
But didn't you say you had a moment in the past when like you experienced it was either Jesus or God, and like you levitated and then you got scared?
Oh yes. Yes.
You
that's
need to hear that.
Yes. I was laying in the bunk, trying to fall asleep. And I used to say Hail Mary, I started the prayer. And then I still do it. And I was just laying flat, and all of a sudden I just started to levitate. Completely off the bunk. And I got scared, and they set me right back down. That's where I lost the faith. That's where faith really should have come into play. And because I was off the bunk 4 or 5 inches.
And you were awake?
Awake.
I had a girlfriend tell me that she side note, but like levitation's totally a thing. She I used to train her as I used to teach fitness classes back in the day, guys. So she was one of my like students, I guess, for whatever you want to label them as. And she remembers when she'd go to Mexico back and forth, and she recalls seeing her grandmother levitating in bed. And this was like an image that her and her twin had when they were like 8 years old or something like that. And so levitation's a thing. It's wild.
It's
scary.
I kind of want that to happen
well,
to me.
I lost. It didn't scare. I lost faith because at that point I should have, like if you believe what the Bible says, when Jesus walked on water and one of the apostles, you tried to get out and then you lost faith. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
But the time I saw my brother Reuben had died on the 3rd of July. It'll be 8 years. That's coming July. And I was coming home from work right across Fillmore. Coming across from Fillmore into Santa Paula. There's right that bridge there. And if you look up to the mountainside, it's so beautiful. There you see all the different orchards, different shades of green and everything. It's just, that to me, that's the most peaceful place I was. And he had died that day. And over this big silhouette of him came over. He came and my brother was a good-looking guy. Long hair, big mustache. Yeah, at the time he had a real nice physique. Women, they loved him. And he was married to a girl named Lee, killed many years ago in a traffic accident. And he got married to my sister-in-law. And what happened is that I believe that was the happiest time of his life when he was married to Lee, because the way he was dressed, long hair, shirt, he just wore a ball cap. He just came and just waved at me. Big wave. Say goodbye.
Well, they say when people pass, they usually, like when they enter the afterlife, they enter at like the place, the time and place, and the age that they were like the happiest and their best. And so that would make sense if that was his time.
Do you feel like, and this is maybe pivoting a little bit, there was like a stigma when you were growing up, or maybe like a fear if like you were to come out and say like, hey, I have these gifts, you would have been deemed as like crazy or mentally ill? Because I think it's a little bit different now,
I think there's still a lot of that there, though. I think it was probably
it's definitely there, but I think his time was worse.
Oh, his time was way worse.
Well, speaking from experience, if you go and talk to a priest, they look at you like, someone will look at you like you're crazy. There's something wrong with you. You need to talk to a psychiatrist. That's happened to me.
Mm-hmm.
No, I said,
the priest said this to you.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck that guy.
Yeah. You sure you're all right? You say you don't have the high process. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm going to just tell you, but they don't want to believe. Some of them don't, but they know that it exists.
I don't know how I feel about that. I don't like that.
Gabby, they're not going to let you back in church.
You know what? I'm not going back to the church. Okay, for the record, guys, I did everything so that I could get married in the church. I am not getting married in the church.
It's overrated.
It's over. Yeah, no.
I'll agree with you 100%.
See, and he did it. He did it.
I agree 100%.
My husband really wanted to, and I was like, and then he saw how hard it was going to be and all the
brutal.
things, and he's like,
when it comes to marriage, they're brutal.
Yeah.
They got certain guidelines they have, and they don't cross that line.
Well, they're judgy. Like, like look at how they judged us when we went and tried to get my nephew baptized. Like, and who are you?
Even just when you guys tried to get me baptized, right? You guys had to go get me baptized somewhere else because
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they could only baptize me.
Oh, was it over in Oxnard?
In the hood. Yeah, we had to get baptized in the hood. It
was at Colonia. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They had different.
That was the only one that said yes.
Each church has parish has a different.
We're going to Vegas. We're going to Vegas. Oh, Dad, in 2025, I'm supposed to get married. How do you feel about that?
So down.
I'm happy. I hope it comes quick. Aww. I want to see you married. I want to see you happy. Yeah, I want you. I want you to have kids.
2026.
Yeah, whenever.
But we're going to Vegas, guys. I'm making it easy on you.
You won't get any feedback from me.
That'll be the last one you have to walk.
He's like, finally. I joke and I'm like, back in the day, Dad, you would have had to pay for 3 and marry off 3.
Yeah.
Well, I think marriage is a good thing. I really do.
In the church, though?
No, I never had it at the church. I think marriage, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good. You're happy.
It can be.
It can be. It could be a goddamn nightmare. All depends. Yeah. terrible when it comes to shit like that. So, you know.
I
I
don't know,
don't think you're
Dad.
terrible at it. I think you just maybe didn't have the partners that brought out the best husband you could be.
We went to the store the other day, and I was like, just like noticing like women checking dad out. So if there's any listeners out there that are available
I don't see
and
what they're looking. I
interested,
mean,
but I was just like, God, they like dad, like these women, like you don't see it.
But that's the
don't pay any
thing, right?
attention
It's
to it.
that very quiet confidence, right?
Mhm.
Like
I don't pay any attention to it.
you're very well kept.
Mm-hmm.
You're very yeah, you're just very well preserved.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, my daughter's coming from my daughters. I appreciate that. I mean, I want to be around as long as I can. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
as long as I can. I want to see grandson or granddaughter. I want to see made like. I told you I wouldn't bring some. You know, I see another one from you.
Oh, that's happening.
I mean,
We'll
I see my grandson up in Oregon. I mean, look how much. You know, Jack. Look at my other grandson. Yours.
Okay.
Jackson.
So
I
wait,
love him.
I have a question. Did a psychic ever predict like the way that your family has panned out and what that looks like for you now? And like, what's the craziest shit that one of those viejitas had told you? Was it her Juanita? Is that what you said her name was?
Josie.
Josie. Okay. Josie. Like, what's the craziest shit? Because it seemed very accurate. If she was, so this is another thing, guys, too. If they're predicting like 10 to 15 years in advance, let me just tell you, that's a very gifted reader, because to get timelines that far in advance, and to have even like clarity on that means they've been doing it for a minute.
She, like I said, probably the strangest thing that came. It was a lot of things came true, but when she told me, she threw the car. She talked to me in Spanish. She said, "You're gonna be working for Vaughn's. So you're gonna be very happy there." And I said, I thought,
she got half of that right only. You worked there. We don't know if you were very happy there. That job sucked the life out of you for a while.
Took a lot out of me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like the camaraderie. There's some good guys working there.
You said you would have still been working there if you lived closer.
If I lived closer, I would have been working. I lived half the distance. I probably still would have been there. Because there's some of the work that I did, like I could have gone on there, but it was just too demanding anymore. It's just, just the commute and all those hours. It took its toll on me. It takes a toll on everybody.
What else did she tell you?
Let's see. That someone would want to get back to me after about 20 years of being gone. And
did that happen?
No. Not yet, but I know who it is.
Oh, I was thinking of someone else. Sorry. Yeah, okay.
But she said they would never tell me.
Got it. Okay.
They would never tell me. And then she said, you probably wouldn't go back in. And she said, no, you won't go back. I said, but she told me about, there were so many things. That's so many years ago. Daughters, man, that's been 20 years ago.
But you had a recent experience, right? Where I was thinking of another one where someone was still in love with you and would bring you food.
Our mother? Who takes her food all the time?
A mother.
A mother. For the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, my ex-wife, we get along okay. We get along good.
Yeah, our mom.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. It's very we have a very unconventional perspective / outlook / relationships within this family.
I get along. I express this to all my daughters, everybody. I can't hate anybody.
No.
I don't hate anyone. I don't even dislike anyone. That just takes way too much energy from you, and I just don't. I can't hate her, regardless of what happened. I just can't.
Dad, I have a question. Mm-hmm. What are your daily practices? Like, how do you maintain your relationship with the higher power? You read your Bible every day, right?
I haven't read for a while. I pray.
Oh, you haven't?
I pray.
Guys.
Hail Mary, the Lord's Prayer.
Are you mad at God?
No, not right now. I've been. Yeah, I've been. Yeah, I mean, I'm in the best of sons. No. Yeah. Yeah. I guess I have. Got mad and looked up there and,
Yeah, I've done that a couple times.
but he already knows. Yeah.
So I have another question.
Okay.
When did you know your children were psychic?
I didn't pay too much attention to that until just recently here, Gab.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a couple of years ago.
Interesting. Okay.
A couple of years ago, it started to come to light. Nikki, when you started to, actually, basically, when you guys started just thinking of doing it, I mean, I'm sure both of you experienced something that's not of the norm.
Mm-hmm. But was there a specific moment when you were like, oh, wait, they have it?
Or not even that. Was there a moment like maybe before we started talking about it and doing it that you thought, I wonder if Gabby sees things, or I wonder if Nikki knows things? Like, was there a time where you just thought maybe they have something similar to what I have?
You know, to be perfectly honest with you, I don't pay that much attention to it.
He doesn't pay that much attention to us? Is that what he's saying?
No, to what's happening.
Thanks.
It comes out. It didn't until it started down. I remember say, I'd like to see. Well, I see a lot of is energy.
Mm-hmm.
You can see you can move it. They're moving around energy, and I see a lot of that. And Gabby said, "God, I wish I could see it." Dad said, "It comes in times, and bingo, it happens."
Yeah.
Are you ready, Nichole?
No. Yes.
Yes, you are.
Yes. I've put my protocols out.
Yes.
Okay. It's at first you sit there and when you something like things and you say, "Damn, I know there's life after death." I know that for a second. I've had several discussions when I say, "Well, Dad, you don't want to come back here and do this again." I don't think you have a say so on that. I don't. Do you, Nichole? Mm-hmm.
No, I don't think you have a say so. I think we're just all going to end up back here, whether we like it or not.
Do you believe in reincarnation?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I refuse, guys. I'm not coming back. This is our last rodeo, and it's my mission to get us all off this planet. We are not doing this shit again.
I don't want to come back.
Apparently, we're going to do it without you. You're going to miss the party.
I don't want to, but I don't think I have a say so. I mean, if you're going back, you're going back.
Yeah.
At the time, you don't believe so. I don't know.
I can't wait to do the reincarnation episode.
I can't wait for your Akashic reading episode.
So what episode?
That'll be coming soon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We're gonna look into some stuff for Nichole.
Anything else you want to tell us before we let you get back to your life?
Thank you for doing this before you finish your thoughts.
I'm thinking. I don't know. Can't think of anything. I mean, there's so many things that throughout the years, but some of them you just set aside.
You can't possibly remember them all, right? That's
not all of them. I mean, just the major ones.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I haven't seen my mom in a while. I feel her sometimes.
I told her, I was like, not time, guys. Not time, grandmother. I need 20 more years.
Well, let me ask you something. If spirits came before you and spoke to you, would it bother you?
Well, that's what's coming. So that's a great question to ask, Nichole.
Oh, you're asking me?
Mm-hmm.
It depends on how it presents itself, I think. Have you ever seen the movie The Sixth Sense?
Mm-hmm. I see dead people. That one?
Yeah.
Is that the one? Yeah.
If it came like that, no. But if it came like in a dream, I'd be open to that. If it came to me during waking hours, and if it came to me in the way that I'm setting out the intention, maybe I'd be open to it. But I can't have like a full body apparition walk into my bedroom or my home and talk to me.
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
Mm-hmm. That would freak me out.
Probably would be too.
Yeah.
You know,
So
but the thing
that
of it
is not
is,
what I'm calling through.
yeah. Well, it's different. I mean, there's people that are mediums. I guess they're called mediums.
Mm-hmm.
That's really a gift. Really, really a gift. You know, it's and all these things that what you got. They're gifts from God. That's what they are. You know, I don't know how these people can talk to somebody on the other side. I don't know.
I think it's just because I've been in mediumship practice for like the last 6 months. I think it's different for everyone, just as like how I understand it. Like the way I see it, I think it's very, very similar to how you see things with your third eye, Dad. And there's this, I'll make it quick, but there's this technique called blending. So it's almost like you allow the spirit to like come into your field, your auric field, and they give you the information that you need. And it doesn't feel like they've like bound to you or anything. And like I do it with my eyes closed. So that's just like one way you can see things. Whereas like I know other mediums, they can literally look out into space like I'm doing right now on the video, and they can see the picture of like the person that they're reading or trying to connect with or what's going on. So it's really just, I think it's just a matter of figuring out how you read as well.
Right.
What I don't know. But I guess they're good at it.
Yeah, some people are really good.
You know, what really for me, how do they switch it off? We're not getting
I
10,000 son of a bitches talking to you all the time, you know?
Well, I think that's what the boundaries are for and the intentions, right? Like, okay, I'm only open to get information from this time to this time, not while I'm driving, not while I'm doing this,
Right.
right? And then it's like, okay, when I'm off, I'm off. And I think
Mhm.
I don't know.
maybe that's, I mean, I don't know, but I'm guessing that's from what I've heard. You have to
I
set
don't know.
those, you have to set those boundaries and tensions in place. So maybe, I don't know, Gabs, what do you think?
Yeah. I mean, ever since I had those experiences at the beginning when, things were happening to me and Dad, I was like, you guys can't bother me at 3 a.m. Like, you guys can't
Yeah.
touch me or anything like that. And it hasn't happened since. So,
Yeah. So I say that at night. Okay, I'm not open to this. Don't wake me up. Don't do anything that's going to scare me. Don't let me see anything. I'm going to bed.
do you protect your house and your child and your husband?
Oh, yeah. And then I say, yeah, I call in the angels to protect, the home and the family.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's fascinating.
Isn't it?
It's
Right?
it's fascinating. It just just like it just you sit there and you think about it, you say, damn, where does everybody as soon as we pass from this, it just what's next?
I think whatever's on the other side is better than what's here. But I think I'd feel differently if I had children. And I think I will feel differently when that happens.
Yeah.
There's no love like the love of a parent to a child. There's no love. It's immense. It's totally different.
So that's why
Yeah.
you need to give us as many more years as you can.
Yeah, it's totally different. I mean, it's like
You can't leave.
It's like this. We all want to go to heaven, but none of us want to die. That's the way you look
Yeah.
at it. But it happens. That's going to
There's,
happen. It's the beginning of the rest of your life. That's like and I'm a true believer that you will see a person again.
Mm-hmm.
You will.
Ooh, Dad, have you read Journey of Souls? You should read that
No, I
book.
haven't.
Do you like audiobooks or do you like books?
I probably like an audiobook.
Oh, we should get him the audiobook.
An audiobook.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when I was married and when I was even younger, when people would read to me like the teeth, it relaxes me.
Mm.
It just relaxes me.
I wonder if we could sign him into my Audible so he could listen to it when I'm done with it.
I have it too. So maybe we can figure that out.
Do you have it on Audible?
I do, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Actually, I haven't even started it, so this makes sense.
Oh, I'm almost done. Okay. Well, thanks
Thank
for
you
coming
guys. I
on
appreciate
and
it.
being our first official guest.
This is so fun.
Was it as bad as you thought?
No, actually, it is kind of fun.
It is fun.
Right? You kind of just get into, you're like, oh shit, it's been almost an hour. I gotta go.
Actually, to be honest, I've been dreading it since last week when Gabby told me, well, you gotta be like, no. I said,
And I know when you texted me last night, I was like, I'm so excited. And he said, I'm not. You'll be fine. Once you pop on, you'll be fine.
you just got to get used to it. I mean, you just got to get the shake the whatchamacalls off you. You know?
So I'm just gonna put it out there that in a couple, actually soon, when we pop off, Nichole, Dad's gonna be like a mini little celebrity in his own right, and people are gonna know who he is by association. Just because he's got like the craziest stories. Like, guys, if this was just a little bit of the things that he's experienced in his almost 70 years, like. Yeah.
Well, let's make sure we don't find hummingbirds and women's perfume in the house, because then we know what he's up to.
No. Those things are called, what do you call it? Botanicas.
We have to go, Nichole. There's one in
Oxnard.
We gotta go.
Oh, what is
all
it?
Kinds of stuff. A botanica? Oh, they have all kinds of for potions.
It's like better
let's
than
do that. Let's do that on our weekend together that we're gonna have soon.
Because let's say the curanderos, there's some curanderas there. There's that, and there's all kinds of stuff in there. Black magic. I mean, deal with what do you call that? I deal with. I don't know if they have satanic stuff in there, but
we don't want that.
No, but we're going.
And you know something?
Let's go.
I mean, that is not that thing, but the Catholic Church prohibits this. They don't like it
because they want to control.
Yeah.
That's for another story. We're running out of time, so.
Well, thank you
for coming on.
Oh, I love you guys. I love my daughters. I love my family.
I hope you come back. We have to find something else for you to come on and talk with us about.
Sure.
We will.
Sure.
Okay, guys, let us know what you thought. Wherever you're listening, please be sure to leave us a review. Don't forget to leave us a rating. If you want to send us an email with your strange story, you can do so at
thespiritualsisterspodcast@gmail.com.
You can follow us on Instagram at
The Spiritual Sisters Podcast.
You can follow Gabrielle on Instagram
at Agua Astrology.
You can follow me on Instagram
at Mom Wifey Therapist.
And you can book a reading with Gabrielle at
www.aguaastrology.com.
And we'll see you next time, guys. Bye.
Bye.